Hello, this is Victor at RestoreMercedes.com. This video is for a customer in British Columbia. It's the S-Class throttle body, and this one is made in '97, as you can see by the production label right over there. 8th month of '97. So this is one of the early ones that have good cables. One of the first ones, rather, because 96s you have certain that still have bad cables, and some of them later productions would have good cables. So these wires were cut open and inspected, and they're good. So basically did more or less a proactive repair than repair per se. So I cleaned it up a little bit, so it cleaned up well, because it wasn't really dirty to start off with. The gasket is still intact. You can even reuse the gasket because it's not damaged. It looks pretty good to me. If you want to replace it, that's fine, you could. So this is our plate, some etching on the aluminum, that's expected. Some of them, I mean most of them, etch out a little bit from operation, you know, like a little bit over here, a little bit over there, but that's irrelevant. In about 5,000 miles it's gonna get as black as it will get usually, but it's a good baseline. So now this is our limp mode. Right now the unit is off, so it does not work, it does not activate. So I'm going to put the power to it and show you how it actually works when power is activated. Let me give it some power. Put on the switch right here. Now first thing we see is the unit twitches a little bit. It twitches and it closes and then opens again. Be ready for idle. It makes this humming sound. Okay, so it's sort of like a buzzing noise. And activation, as you can see, it works. It activates electronically now. The motor that's inside is turning gears. So this is a working unit. Now I did extensively tested it. I put it in the freezer, I heated it up, and it was on the bench for a couple of days just to make sure the coil is okay, and it does seem to be fine. So unit is basically ready to be milled out back to a customer in Canada, and that's about it basically. I mean, I did test it, so I know it does work, and it never shut down on me. So one thing you want to make sure also is over here on this little notch right here, this real thing, there's a return spring that goes under the intake manifold. You want to make sure it's engaged, because that can cause some limp home mode issues from time to time, because it's not fast enough to return to idle. Okay, so it pulls it back, helps it to go back to idle position. If it's missing, then it can cause issues. So the unit was taken apart and cleaned up and lubricated. Some rust inside, grind it off with some brush wheel. So this is basically it. It's a quick video to show that this unit actually does work and activates electronically. As you can see, this is electronic activation. When I shut down the power is off, unit is quiet. As you can see, there is nothing happening when you press on the gas, and it only opens halfway in limp mode. When I put power back on, it opens fully, and that actually is because of the controller that I have on my bench. Some controllers, even when it's perfectly fine working unit, controller itself and the throttle body, they both work good. Some of them will not open all the way when the engine isn't running. It will always open halfway, but every time you move the lever, it will open. It always will open, and then from about here over, it will just not continue opening. So it will be just basically blank spot over here, so it's like not gonna open all the way. But that's normal. That's because the engine isn't running. Once engine is running, then it's gonna open all the way. My controller over here is the early style, so it does open all the way. That's why I use it for bench test, to show unit open all the way. But it is a working unit here. So this is basically it. Just wanted to make a quick video to show that this is a working unit before I mill it out. And my name is Victor at RestoreMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.